to go in. Amber and red lights on top of the stalls will change their configuration when they're nearly set to run. Stks has moved in and Fairetha is joining them in the gates now with Winsome Loot about to come up. Speedy King will be the next to move up into the line. Stks holding solid favouritism on the strength of his unlucky performance at Caulfield, and particularly in the weight swinging his way. Speedy King to come along, the filly Santissima on the move behind the line. Tchaikovsky, another that is still away. Just the 4 to move in then. Well, conditions are holding at the moment. Let's hope that continues to be the case. Track in slow condition, but there is talk we could well see an upgrade if the weather will hold out well enough for us. Carbine Club has often thrown up a good winner. Delago Brom won last year. All Courage won it for Lee Friedman and Jim Cassidy. Brother Larry won it on Inspire 3 years ago. We'll see Inspire a bit later this afternoon. Red Hot Pepper is about to come along and take the outside stall for the William Inglis Carbine Club Stakes.
Won the Group 3 Carbine Club Stakes over 1,600 metres. Here's a full replay.
Ready, racing, and a good start at the 1,600 metres with Happy Strike, one of the first out, immediately headed by Tchaikovsky. The favourite Stks was away quickly, but he's going to settle off the pace, and Catboy streaks to the lead by the 1,400. So Catboy in front of Tchaikovsky, Log Pond into third placing, and then Sandy River, who's trapped a little wide. Happy Strike getting up on the inside, a length to Huger in the white colours and the nose roll. Santissima, the fillies, trapped out a bit, and then came Stks. A length and a half further back is Winsome Loot, and he's being followed well back in the field then by Fairetha. And Speedy King is travelling 3 wide, and Red Hot Pepper is last of all. They make their way now past 1,000 metres, and Catboy will try and do it all. He's about a length and a quarter in front. Tchaikovsky is second. In third placing, Happy Strike on the inside with Log Pond around him, and then Huger tucked away on the rails in about fifth placing. Sandy Rivers improving on his outside as they came to the turn, and Santissima wide. Stks next, about 7 or 8 lengths from the leader, and they haven't gone all that hard. Speedy King has pulled out, and then Winsome Loot and Fairetha, and Red Hot Pepper is last as they turn into the straight. And with 550 metres to go, Catboy in front. Tchaikovsky's been second all of the way. Happy Strike in third on the outside as they settle for the run in now. Then Log Pond, and further back Santissima pulled out, and then Sandy River. Let's see, Stks is in the middle of the pack. He's starting to make some ground near the inside, but he needs a big burst because Tchaikovsky shot to the lead at the 200. Tchaikovsky by 2 to Catboy. Stks making ground on the inside, and then Sandy River. Tchaikovsky in front. Stks is really rattling now. He's getting right up on the inside, and Stks beats Tchaikovsky. A ripper of a win. A third might be Sandy River. Catboy, Winsome Leader close up. Happy Strike not far away, and then Santissima followed further back in the field by Huger. Red Hot Pepper out wide next to finish in the race was at the head of the other horses, Speedy King, and then Fairetha towards the end, and Log Pond.
Looks like there's nothing wrong with the inside going up against the fence there at Flemington. Stks has sped through on the inside after being 8 lengths off the pace. Didn't look to be a great deal of speed either, so a terrific performance. Trained by Gregory Hickman at Warwick Farm. Damien Oliver rides the first winner of the carnival. Tchaikovsky looked to have it won before Stks reeled him in. And Sandy River back in third spot. Terrific performance, was right up in class. 6.10.4, that's the first race at Flemington. We'll stand by for the New South Wales first 4 dividend on that one. It's up. Number 7, Catboy, ran 4th. It paid $624.10. We stand by for correct weight. That's the market for the next New Zealand race. It's coming up in 5 minutes' time from Awapuni. Big field there.
And in the run to the line, Elfstrom the favourite, too good. Elfstrom beat in top swing.
Outside, and Noble Red in front with Serera and Zab Express, but it's Noble Red. Good win this. Noble Red beats Serera by a length and a half. Zab Express third. But Penitentiary at the 100 races to the lead to North Face. Ausburr, Penitentiary's ahead in front. Big win this. Penitentiary beats North Face. 2 lengths away. Photo between Ausburr. What a ripper finish. 100 to go. Kempinski the outside. Elfstrom refused to surrender. He's coming back. Kempinski
again. I'm Matthew Browning. Good to be with you for Derby Day 2003. A look there at some of the main chances that will be fighting it out in the big race today, including Elvstrom and Kempinski and even Penitentiary, the Kiwi horse. It's a great race, always is. The VRC Derby a little later. Also the Mackinnon Stakes and the Salinger. Plenty of Group 1s today. We've had the first race at Flemington. The Carbine Club was won by Stks and Damien Oliver. Tchaikovsky and Sandy River. 6, 10, 4 and 7 were the placings on race number 1. Now, news to Tony Brassel for the 2-year-olds, and they're around at the start. There is St Pyrian, number 4, the current favourite at $2.10. Now, we'll be back with more, including more from Flemington on Derby Day.
At the barrier stalls for the St John's Park Bowling Club handicap. Only a small field of 6 2-year-olds going around. 5 colts, the filly being Lambent, and the best back runner is number 4, the impeccably bred Danehill colt St Pyrian, trained by Johnny O'Shea. Races in the Robert Sangster colours. St Pyrian with Huey Bowman aboard is currently 2.20 in New South Wales. Fraction shorter than that in the ring. Second pick is number 1, Wenceslas Square at 2.70, a little bit longer on course. And a sprinkle of money for number 5, Sabriley, who's 4.70 on the tote in New South Wales and just a fraction longer on track. They're the only 3 chances according to punters here on course for the first event of the day over the 1100 metres. Not many 2-year-olds seemingly around in this part of Australia at the moment. Very light on 2-year-olds. I suppose they're being kept back now with the riches that await early in the new year particularly, and then through to the slipper. How will he go? We'll know in just a moment. They're all set now. First of 9 races here at Rosehill Gardens, an 8-metre rail, a good track, fine day, and they're off in the first. They jumped in a very level line. Sabriley is going to go to the early lead, about a length or so on his stablemate, and that is $1 short. Now St Pyrian's going to be pratted very wide, followed by Lambent, second last Impunity, and 2.5 to Wenceslas Square. Well, St Pyrian very wide out as they go round past the 700, and the leader is Sabriley, steadied about a length on $1 short. Impunity on the inside, Lambent in the middle, and St Pyrian's out on a limb as they pass the 600 to Wenceslas Square. Down towards the corner they run, and Sabriley shows the way from $1 short. St Pyrian's been nowhere near the rails from the time they jumped. Impunity's gone up along the rail. 2.5 to Wenceslas Square and 2 lengths to Lambent in the straight now. And at the 300 marker, Sabriley in front, a length and a half on St Pyrian, who's starting to take ground off Sabriley. And as they come down past the distance, Sabriley still the leader. More than a length on the hot pot, St Pyrian, who can't catch Sabriley, and then Wenceslas Square. But Sabriley jumped out beautifully and is going to lead them a merry dance. And Sabriley debuts nicely to beat Wenceslas Square and St Pyrian. Impunity $1 short, and Absolute the filly Lambent. Sabriley, number 5, too good for them in the first of the day. Jumped beautifully from the 3 gates in what was a great line, and Sabriley then to the lead, steadied by Larry, kicked in the straight, and the favourite, who covered a heap of additional ground, he must have been 3 and 4 wide all the way, has been cut down by Wenceslas Square for the second prize, I'd say. The numbers will be to hand in just a moment. The winner, Sabriley, well tuned up for today, following 2 barrier trials, a ready-made racehorse by O'Reilly from Subpoena, or Subpoena, and hence the name Sabriley, and trained by Graham Rogers and ridden by Larry Cassidy. Here are numbers 5, 1, 4, and the 4th goes to number 3. Runner-up, Wenceslas Square, got home reasonably well by Marju, trained by Jack Denham, Brad Pengelly.
All right, Ian, yes, Sabriley's got the money there. That first 4 in New South Wales, 5, 1, 4 and 3, pays $66.50. So he's never been beaten, Sabriley. 2 trials for 2 wins and now 1 start for 1 win. He's got ability. There's Unitab totes into trifecta, 4 scratchings, so we're back to a field of 5. And Abdullah's the favourite at 2.10, even shorter on the interstate TA. Change could come through later this afternoon. I hope not. First at Rosehill, weights right, 5, 1, 4 and 3, and that race is now.
Abdullah is going to start clear favourite in this race, with Friedman taking his horses out.
And they're all in the stalls, so they're all set.
Stand by.
They're ready to run, so that means we have to leave it there. Due to a contractual arrangement, Sky Racing at home is unable to show you live coverage of the Flemington races.
And there's a big 4 days, clearly, for everyone concerned, but particularly the stewards.
It is, Andrew. Good morning to you and your viewers. It's a tremendous 4 days. It's it's the highlight of the Australian racing calendar, really, and the weather's turned kind too. The track is rated slow, but it's probably on the better side of slow. There's a nice cover of grass and terrific fields for today, and I'm sure it'll be a fantastic 4 days of racing.
There's one late one. Forum Floozy came out on vet's advice.
Yes, I've just spoken to Wayne Hawkes, and it's got soreness in its off foreleg on the sole of its hoof. So unfortunately, it's been ruled out today. So it's the only late scratching we have to date, Andrew.
And will you be talking to jockeys today, or do you wait to the Melbourne Cup day just to warn them of what could happen to them if they get into careless riding charges?
Well, I think the events of the first 2 days at Caulfield, where a number of riders were suspended, sent the message that we're not going to tolerate riders causing interference through carelessness. And I don't intend to speak to them today, but certainly before the Melbourne Cup, where we do have a number of international riders that are riding here for the first time, and it will be a big field. We'll certainly be speaking to the riders before the Melbourne Cup.
Good luck, Des. Hope it's clean 4 days. A terrific time of the year here in Melbourne, and good crowd for Derby Day. No doubt about that.
Thanks, Andrew. It's really building up at the moment. I'm sure we're in for a great day's racing. Thank you.
Des Gleeson joining us here at Flemington.
Yes, jockeys will have to be on their best behaviour today. The stewards are watching closely and won't be afraid to dish out some harsh penalties. Now, New Zealand's coming.
And they're racing, and Critical List near the inside began well, headed straight over towards that flat side rail, getting out quickly, going up towards the leaders. Our Eden Bronx behind those, followed by the Hand, and Abdullah is starting to go forward on the outside. Past the 1,000 metres mark they run, and Our Eden is the leader, leads from Critical List tucked in behind them now. Abdullah striding up and Bronx in between those runners, and the Hand is last of the 5 as they go past the 800 metres mark. It's Our Eden over on the inside, the leader. Abdullah strides to a clear second. Critical List is behind those now on the fence. Bronx gone back the 4th, and the Hand is coming to the outside. Onto the course proper, 600 metres to go. Our Eden, the leader, leads from Abdullah. Critical List is trying to get between them. The Hand's moving up on the outside, and further back is Bronx. They're past the 400 metres mark. It's Our Eden leading Abdullah. Critical List is getting the split between them now. Wider out came the Hand, and then came Bronx. Abdullah and Critical List hit the lead inside the 200 metres mark. Abdullah the outside's a half length. He's getting away from Critical List now. Bronx runs the 3rd, followed by the Hand, but it's Abdullah in front going to the line. He's drawing away. Abdullah won it easily from Critical List, and 3rd home in the race was Bronx, and then came the Hand, and last home in the race was Our Eden.
Very promising horse, Abdullah, number 4, ridden by Nash Rawilla and trained by Tony Noonan at Mornington, has paid $1.90 on the Super Tab. Critical List, number 7, Stephen Baster. 3rd goes to number 8, Bronx Craig Newitt, and 4th in the race was number 9, The Hand. 4789. New South Wales first 4 pays $55.90. Abdullah's now had 5 starts for 4 wins and 1 minor placing, and there was a wrap on this horse from the first day that he hit the track. That was back on the 3rd of August when he won a maiden at Sale by 7 lengths over 1,000 metres. There we are up above the aerial shot, and that's Nash in the purple and white going to the front, and there was no stopping him from that point on. He's gone on to take out the Group 3 sprint. Alan Thomas handling it well too. Calling races down the straight is never easy. Only a small field there in the second. Now, there is a Pro 4, 7 and 8. Now, let's look ahead to the next race from Rosehill. We've got race 2 in 15 minutes. Our ratings are with Sharp Enough, Hasty Bell, Muktanis and Stolen Glances, 4, 2, 5 and 6. And through the market there, Stolen Glances is the firm favourite, $2.20. Other chances from the top include Spritzer, Hasty Bell and even Brimley, number 3. A 1,500 metre race at Rosehill. And of the rest there at double figure odds.
And we're set, ready to see them go. Second, the Ronald Coles Investments Art Handicap. Racing this time, wide out Brimley got the best of the start. Spritzer jumped out nicely, and up looking for the lead is the favourite Stolen Glances. Mook Tannison sharp enough, not far away, followed by Poland North, and then Clangety Jane. Second last is Hasty Bell, and immediately dropping to the rear Delalise as they travel down past the 1100, and Stolen Glances to a clear-cut lead for Larry Cassidy, out by 3/4 of a length on Brimley. Sharp enough third, Spritzer wide, Mook Tannison on the rails. A length and a half further away is Poland North, who's racing inside Clangety Jane, wide as Hasty Bell, and a length to Delalise. The speed is very, very muddling now, and coming along the side to the 800 marker, and Stolen Glances leads by a length exactly. Second is the Wagga Wagga mare Brimley. Third, Spritzer covering some ground, followed by Mook Tannison, sharp enough, and then Hasty Bell, shaded on the inside by Poland North from Clangety Jane, and 2.5 lengths to Delalise. This is the order coming to the corner, and El Cassidy revs up the favourite a little more now, Stolen Glances, and rounding the bend it's Stolen Glances, a length and a half on Brimley. The fence is Mook Tannison, and then sharp enough Spritzer, followed by Poland North and Hasty Bell. Delalise and Clangety Jane a long way back past the 300, and Stolen Glances more than a length clear. Second posse is Brimley, followed by Hasty Bell, starting to rush down the outer. The leader is Stolen Glances. Hasty Bell is about 3/4 to a length away, but Stolen Glances holds Hasty Bell, and Stolen Glances wins it. Hasty Bell second. To the naked eye looks like Mook Tannison knows Brimley for third, and then came on the outside sharp enough, followed home by Polar North, and the last trio in was Spritzer, Delalise and Clangety Jane. Number 6, Stolen Glances, gets the prize here, ridden by Larry Cassidy. First two for Larry, and both have led all the way. The first, the 2-year-old Sabriley, and now Stolen Glances. Number 6, Stolen Glances by Fuji Kasiki from the last Tycoon mare Indulged, raced by Mr. Nick and Mrs. Amy Vass, trained for them by John O'Shea. She'd been improved by the 2 runs back from a spell, good form lines. Kelly Song beat her home at Hawkesbury, and then she ran a good third at Newcastle to Derby Parade, and she was much too good there. 6th the winner. Second goes to number 2, and that is Hasty Bell. Just for a moment, looked as though she might make it interesting. A Bite the Bullet mare from Ravella, trained by Chicka Pearson at Maruya, ridden by William Pearson. And third is number 5, and that is Mook Tannison, who's by Mukta from Satanis, trained by Bronwyn Mackey at Hawkesbury, written by Rob Thompson. And number 3 was the official 4th, and that was Brimley. Come the other details. A length by a length and a quarter. Length by a length and a quarter. And the tote divvies. Stolen Glances the winner. Number 6 paid $2.60. And
easy for Was. Your unders the tote at the moment at that quote at $5.60. It's been easy on track. Big Pat, it's out to double figure odds on track. There's been no support for it. Devon drifting out near enough the tote at the moment. Number 7, Bulkhead, as you can see there at $15 there. That's a couple of dollars worth of value on the tote. Serpentine number 9 at $16, couple of dollars of value. The favourite is Dance on Wood, drifted out, but they've come for it just in the last call, coming through from the bookies ring. 320, yeah, a little bit. There's not a lot of difference between the two. And then 11, 12 and 13 at big double figure odds. So the favourite with support, Dance on Wood here, number 10. I can tell you at the moment, Matt, 17 horses have been paid up for.
Break on Sky Racing just before the running of the
Rider of Millseel with the black cap to distinguish it. There's Serpentine going in. Devon comes up, the South Australian winner of the St Leger in his home state. Oarsman, the New Zealander, sporting blinkers in an effort to spring to life. Special Scene comes up. 3 years ago, Brew won here before going on and winning the Melbourne Cup. Before him it was Think Big in 74. Kingston Rule ran a place in this race before winning the Melbourne Cup in 1990. Far Was on the move. There's Big Pat for Peter Mertens, the grey. On the move behind the line.
Short time ago, the SAAB Quality was run at Flemington. Here's the full replay, 2,500 metres the trip.
Board And the SAAB quality field is underway with Dance On Wood, the favourite, winning the jump clearly on the inside. Serpentine was away well, and so was Millzeal. And Devon and Bulkhead come across from wide barriers. So it's going to be a good, genuine pace in the early stages. Fawaz is wide as they leave the straight. Oarsman went back to last. Out to the 2200 now. And it's Millzeal headed off by Bulkhead on the outside, who runs to the lead today. Third is Devon, 2.5 lengths away, and Dance On Wood with a good trail. She's fourth the inside of Serpentire, and 2 lengths to Fawaz over on the outside of Tomorrow's Party. About 2 lengths further back is Big Pat, and another 2 lengths then to Special Scene. Henderson Bay well back third last on the inside, followed by Piace and Oarsman last. The SAAB field by the 1800 is led by Bulkhead by 2 lengths. Millzeal second, 2 lengths away is Devon, and then Dance On Wood fourth the inside. Serpentire just wanting to get his head up in 5th place the outside. Next in the field, Tomorrow's Party, followed by Fawaz, who lobbed along beautifully about midfield. Then Big Pat on the inside, followed by Special Scene. Henderson Bay 3 from last. Behind him is Piace and Oarsman about 12 from the leader at the 1400, and it's Bulkhead by 2 lengths. Millzeal is second, a similar margin to Devon in third place. Dance On Wood fourth the inside, 2 lengths of Pentire. There's been no change. A length and a quarter further back in the field then came Tomorrow's Party on the inside of Fawaz, and 2 behind these horses, Big Pat, Special Scene. Then Henderson Bay, Piace and Oarsman's back last as they come along to the 1,000-metre mark now, and out in front is Bulkhead. He's about a length in front. Bulkhead over in second placing Millzeal, 2.5 lengths away then Devon, Dance On Wood. Back behind those horses, Serpentire fifth, and then Tomorrow's Party, Fawaz, and they were trailed 2 lengths away at the 800-metre mark then to Big Pat, Special Scene. Henderson Bay still a long way back, and with him is Piace, and Oarsman is last of all. Bulkhead came to the corner at the 600 metres. He's going to straighten up almost a length to Millzeal, and Devon third. Then Serpentire hard ridden on the outside as they cornered. Dance On Wood got right up behind the leader, and she's got plenty to offer. She needs a run though in the straight at the 400 metres. She's going to have to check over the leader's heels. Millzeal took over from Bulkhead. Now she's in the clear, the favourite, Dance On Wood. Big Pat's run up behind them on the inside, and then Fawaz letting down with a run, followed by Devon, but Dance On Wood takes the lead down towards 150. She's out by a length and a half. Big Pat, Fawaz, but it's Dance On Wood in front. She wants to run out. Big Pat lunges hard, grabs the lead. Big Pat wins it a long head to Fawaz or Dance On Wood. Photo finish for the Miners. And then Tomorrow's Party, Special Scene, the weakening Bulkhead, Piace, Henderson Bay. Back behind these to finish is Millzeal, Oarsman, Devon, and back at the tail is Serpentire.
Big Pat returns to the winner's circle. He hasn't been there since the 12th of May 2001. His last win was as a 3-year-old when he won the South Australian Derby at Morphettville. Hasn't won a race since, but bounces back and comes into Melbourne Cup contention with a big win in the SAAB quality. He has contested a Melbourne Cup before. The 2001 Cup, he finished 19th behind Ethereal in a field of 22 that year. Peter Merton steering him to victory. Peter rode him the day he won the South Australian Derby, trained by Robbie Griffiths. Well done. Fawaz second, Dance On Wood third, fourth to number 11 Tomorrow's Party, ridden by Greg Childs. The New South Wales first for $2,343.40. Big Pat. There's never been any doubt that he can stay the trip. Now, first at Doombin's next in 7 minutes' time, and they're about to head out. Dash On Ruby, firm favourite here ahead of Canny Me. Larry Olsen's back to join us with the late mail, and good afternoon to you, Larry.
Yeah, good afternoon, Matt. Yes, we've got, a race in 2 basically here in the first race. I'm going for the 2, 1, 6 and 4. I'm going for Dash On Ruby. Bookies are just a little bit more generous, about 0.5 point more than what it is on the tote at the moment, so you might see it sort of get out a bit. But Dash On Ruby, you couldn't get past the last run. She didn't have a lot of luck up the straight. When she got out, she literally flew. I think that if she gets any sort of a run at all from the 9 alley today, I think she's going to be too good. From the top weight, Canny Me, this is the opposition they provided last time. I think that'll be the Quinella. I'm putting the 6 in here, Kippy. She's not a very big filly, but quite a nice type. And then the 4 for the 4th placing. 2, 1, 6 and 4.
We're going to hear from Peter Mertens, Big Pat's rider at Flemington.
With Steve Halliwell before, and he went back through the form. He said he hasn't done anything since, and look, he had every reason to say that, but his run the other day signalled that I think he was on the way back, and he's proved it today.
Yeah, look, I said to someone after the run the other day, the horse is starting to get his confidence back, and you know, when they get confidence and they can stay in their fit in the track suits, you know, they can do anything.
Pete, you'd have been awfully stiff not to win today, because at one stage there, at about probably the 150, 200, you're just trying to angle for a little bit of run. I thought they might have let down and gone in, because he's not a horse that can get up and go quick, but boy, when he did get a chance, he never let you down.
He did. Like, he's a good stayer, and when he gets the right run, he hits a line good. Just at the 151 was in front of him, but he snuck through. You know, at one stage I thought, oh, he was going to run second, and then the leader stopped, and he just kept hitting the line.
All right, what happens Tuesday now, Pete?
I just got to get on my budgie diet, and away I go.
You'll have no problems with the weight, you don't think?
No, none.
All right, mate. Well, cut a leg off or do something. I'd love to see you out there Tuesday.
I'll be there.
All right, Peter Mertens, good luck to him. Congratulations to Auckland.
And news in from Flemington. There's a delay with correct weight on the SAAB Quality. The rider of the second horse is having a look at the video. The rider of Farwar's Jim Cassidy. So past the post at 6, 4 and 10, and no correct weight at this point in time. Now the next race at Rosehill, race 3 in 14 minutes. Zin Zin is the top rater, Lariata, Bella Sunday and Fictitious Lady, 8132 for the ratings. And through the market for the third, the main ones are Fictitious Lady, Bella Sunday's the favourite at 3 even. Then we've got Imbudo, Oso Royal and Zin Zin. Few chances in this next race from Sydney. Let's have a look at them. And we start with number 1, Lariata, a filly from Scone. Last time out, she ran 7th in the Bell of the Turf at Gosford, over 1,600. She's back to 1,400 today. Still a maiden after 5 starts. Number 2 is Fictitious Lady, a filly from the Gay Waterhouse stable at Randwick. She's a last start winner. She won a maiden at Canterbury over 1,250, and she's up to 1,400 for the first time today. Filly by Flying Spur. Number 3, Bella Sunday is the favourite, a filly trained by Graham Rogerson. She's had 5 starts. Her win was 2 starts back when she picked up a race in good style, Bella Sunday at Canterbury, over 1,100. She won by 3.5 lengths that day. 4's out. Number 5 is Imbudo, a Danehill filly trained by Matthew Smith at Warwick Farm. She's had 3 starts, and as you can see there, she's continued to improve with each of them, culminating in a 4-length victory at Kembla Grange last start, over 1,200. She races handy too. Correct weight at Flemington, waits through on the third race. As we see Oh So Royal, a filly trained at Rosehill by Jack Denham. Second at Kensington last time out behind Zin Zin. The rider did fire in a protest. She didn't have a great deal of luck. 7's a scratching, so we head over to number 8, Zin Zin. Filly trained by Kevin Moses at Randwick. She's won her last 2. That win on the Kensington course last time out, and a maiden at Wyong prior to that. She's going well. And he's a good trainer, Kevin Moses. Number 9 is Pekalan, one of the roughies. She was placed at Kensington last time out in that race won by Zin Zin over 1,400. A filly trained by Albert Stapleford up at Gosford. Number 10, Raid and Pillage, trained by Clary Connors at Warwick Farm with Craig Carmody in the saddle. Her best recent run 2 starts back when she won a maiden at Kembla over this distance, 1,400 metres. So that's a look at all of the 3-year-old fillies engaged in the next at Rosehill. Bella Sunday's the $2.90 favourite. Now, correct weight Flemington, Big Pat beat Farwars and Dance on Wood 6, 4 and 10 on the SAAB Quality, and we'll see him next in the Melbourne Cup. He'll have another go at it.
And Imbudo, the second pick, is coming forward now. And we're ready now. Set to run and on.